Mr. Andriso,
Mr. Andriso,
Mr. Andriso,
congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations on being Teacher of the Year.
Teacher of the Year. Teacher of the Year.
I love the physical act of teaching, if you will, standing there with kids, getting the kids, teaching the kids A and B, and watching the kids take that A and B and say, oh, wait a minute, then this has to be C, and then this could possibly be D. That part is an absolute blast. Because watching that light turn on.
Next correction, Julia.
You need to capitalize the M on Mr. and put a period after it.
I've got stuff that I've got to get across. I've got the curriculum that I need to teach, but I also need to grab the kids' attention. I also need to get the kids thinking. That if I've given you this, what else can you figure out from that? I've always said that you can give a trained chimp a teacher's manual, and that chimp is going to deliver a curriculum, but that chimp is not going to get the kids to think. A teacher will get kids to think. We'll take what they've been given, process it, and see what else they can pull out of it. My two favorite subjects are reading and math. Reading because I love to read. It's one of my passions. And reading will take you anywhere you want to go. So hopefully one of the things they get from me is the love of reading, and I kind of owe that to my fourth grade teacher, Mrs. McFarland, because I was always a good reader, but she made me a book geek, a book junkie. Then the other thing that I love to teach is math, and math because it all fits together, and also because there's so many elements of math that are connected, and showing the kids that the connections that we've just done fractions, and that fractions are also decimals and they're also percentages. It's just fun, and numbers are just fun to play with. I started my life as a special ed teacher, as a matter of fact. I'd worked at a summer camp for kids, for special needs kids when I was in high school, and I said, oh, this looks like something I want to do. Teaching had always been on the list of things I wanted to do. After working at the summer camp, I leaned towards special ed. I had enough of special ed, and fortunately I had the credits to get my elementary ed certificate, and I've been in third grade since then. First of all, they're funny as hell. They really are. Their honesty, the way that they process the world, the way that they see the world is just really great. It's really refreshing. The other thing is that they come in September, and it's like, hold my hand, I can't do this, do for me, buy for me, lift me, carry me. And then around April, they're like, well, you know what, go sit at your desk, if I need you I'll call you over. So that there's this huge, massive amount of maturation, of growing up in third grade, that it really is a wild time. I've done kindergarten through high school, and it's just a truly neat age.
If we don't understand something, he just makes sure we understand it.
There are things that I call you gottas. You got to know this, you got to know this, you got to know this. Because when you leave me and you're going to fourth, and if you're going to be successful in fourth, you got to know this. So I push.
When a student doesn't get something, he doesn't stop teaching that student until that student gets it.
He's helped me learn a lot about adjectives, verbs, nouns, stuff like that.
He cares about his students.
He makes it so that if you make a mistake, you learn from that mistake.
I've had parents who said, "Oh, thank you for what you did," and pretty much what I've told parents is that, look, I gave your kids the tools; they built the house.
My favorite thing is just him cracking jokes all over the place, and I have a great sense of humor, so we kind of match.
You know, I'm fighting video games and television and movies and stuff like that. I've been calling kids different nicknames since like whenever.
He calls me Matteo, which is Matthew in Italian.
My nickname is the Jillian Eater. Logie.
Monster the Monster.
Davy Gravy.
Kitzelstein and stuff.
I remember my older brother Dave using the word Kitzel, and I just chucked on the word, the ending Kitzelstein. And a lot of kids buy into it. First word in the predicate is what, Kitzel?
A verb.
It's a verb, yeah. Which side do we do first, A or B here, Kitzel? Kitzel, you. Kitzel, Kitzel, Kitzel. It's a hook. It's a hook to get kids involved.
I have no idea at all.
I mean, Bing.
Bing. As in Bing cherries or Crosby. Action. No, don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Okay, cool. 42 divided by 7. I've been here, I think 28 years, something like that. And ideally, I wasn't supposed to stay here this long. I was laid off at EastCon, and I was going to work my way back down the shore towards home and, you know, end up teaching in Greenwich or something like that. I came here and I met incredible people. I've had the chance to work with some really excellent teachers who've taught me all kinds of stuff. I found family here. It's the building and the people in it is just unique, supportive, wonderful. It's home. Picture of me in the New London Day crying kind of says it all. I was shocked. I was pleased. What the two kids wrote touched. It just absolutely touched. I didn't think that I did that much, and I kind of look at it as I show up and I do my job. You know what I mean? How well do I do it? Hopefully I do it really well. I never think of it as being at that level. And you know, I got the nomination, and I said, oh, I don't want to do the paperwork. I'm not going to put it in. And I was talking to a friend of mine whose son I had a couple years ago, and she said, you don't understand what you did for my kid. Go through it, accept the nomination. I did. And the rest is, as they say, history. I'll give it to you.
Thank you, Mr. Andriso.
Thank you, Mr. Andriso. Thank you, Mr. Andriso.